Today we are going to make some chicken noodles and homemade broth. We will use some chicken that we have at home. So first we get a pot with some oil hot, and then we take a whole chicken. We divide it into good parts. The leg, the breast, we keep it for something else, and then the trimmings and the bones we will use to make the stock. Yeah, we will need to cook the bones in hot oil so you get some color on it. Make sure the oil is hot and searing so it gives color. Do not burn the bones. In addition to the bones, we will need some mushroom stock. Today I'm using some shiitake mushrooms, which will give some extra flavor. Then some garlic, ginger, onion, carrot, some basic stuff. Then, just to make it a little bit more special than a normal breakfast soup, we will use some dim sums, ready made, some fresh noodles, and some eggs. So, to the bones, we slice up half an onion, put it into the pot, let it cook a little bit, put the ginger in, put the shiitake stalks, put some garlic, mix them all up, let it cook for a while. Then we take the carrot, keep the good part for the finishing of the soup. The bottom half, take it, roughly chop it, add it onto the stock pot, and let it cook off. Now, the stock can be done in advance. If you have time, you can do the stock a day in advance and leave it in the fridge. So, on the day you need it, you can just reheat it. Now, the balanced carrots, we will cut it in nice sticks or julienne and keep it for the finishing of the soup. When the vegetables are cooked, we can add some water to the stock pot and let the stock cook for about 45 minutes. This is something that can be done in advance and kept in the fridge, or if you want, you can keep it in the freezer. Season it with some salt, some freshly cracked black pepper. Next, we take a pot of water, bring it to a boil. Then, for the poached eggs, we crack 2 eggs. Make sure that the eggs are fresh and cold, because if it is a little bit old, then the egg whites will be weak. So when you poach the egg yolk and the egg whites will separate. But if it is a fresh, the whites are quite strong, so it will hold on with the yolk. The main thing of combining the egg yolk and egg white and not allow it to split is some vinegar. Just add some vinegar to the water, bring the water to a slow boil. It should not be too fast, the boiling, and it should not be too cold. There should be a little bit of bubbles which are coming out. That's perfect. Then stir the water and add in the egg. You see, all the whites will coagulate around the egg yolk, and this is what we need for the poached eggs. Do not allow the water to boil over. Keep it on a medium heat and let the eggs cook slowly. It will take around 2 to 3 minutes for the eggs to be perfect. What you need is the egg white to be cooked and the yolk to be soft. Have a look and see how the egg white has coated around the yolk and it's nicely cooked. At this point, you can either take it out and put it in ice water and then just reheat it later when you need it, or you can directly eat it. Now we are back to the stock for the soup. So the stock has been cooking for some time. We will strain the stock, remove away the bones and the vegetables. If this was done a day before, then you could also remove the excess fat because the stock will have some fat which is coming out from the bones and the skin of the chicken and also from the oil that we had put at the beginning. Bring the stock back to a boil, add in the dim sum. You can find so many different dumplings in a Chinese shop. Something simple that you can buy, it's not that expensive. Add some greens. I'm using some bok choy. You can use bok choy, kangkung, crown daisy. Use some mushrooms. Shiitake has a lot of flavor, so I'm using some fresh shiitake. Blanching the vegetables in the same stock will give a little bit more flavor to the stock and to the vegetables. So you don't have to cook them separately in water. Once it's cooked, transfer it into a bowl, pop in the noodles so that the noodles also get hot. Don't have to heat all the noodles, just take only how much you need for one bowl. The noodles are fresh, so it's a little bit sticky, but you can use any noodles that you like. Can be some dried egg noodles or some dried rice noodles, it's up to you. So once the noodles are refreshed, just transfer it into the bowl. Add in the vegetables and the dim sum. For this, you could use a normal quick noodle packet and the stock in it and just puff it up. It's nothing magic. It's just adding something extra to a breakfast noodle, and it's simple things that does not take much time. Now take the poached eggs, place them on the noodles, right? Then the blanched vegetables, put it back. Do not worry whether it might be a little bit cold because your stock is boiling hot. Add the boiling stock onto the noodles. Season a little bit. I like a little bit extra black pepper, a dash of sesame oil just to give a little bit more flavor. You see the stock is still hot and smoky. Add the soup stock and enjoy your breakfast.